Wow. A shirt that actually matches the band that I'm reviewing today. What a shock. What is up, everybody? My name is Justin French, covering music for those who care, and right now I'm pretty excited to talk about this band and the album that they had put out earlier in the year. So, let me not waste any time. Heft, self-titled debut album. Now, let me give you a story about these guys, and then I'll get into what I think about the album. So, my buddy Austin was telling me that these guys were playing at Oktoberfest, and he had invited me to come and see those guys. And I went, and he actually knows Heft. So we hung out with them. Their set didn't play until about 10 o'clock, and we were there at about 7:30, 8-ish. So we got to hang out with those guys. And the guys from Heft are some of the coolest people that I've ever met. So if you ever hang out with them, they're really cool guys to really hang out with. But anyways, whenever I went to see these guys play, I have to admit, they are probably one of the most hardcore, insane bands to bang your head to in concert. So if you ever get an opportunity to see these guys, I would definitely recommend you check them out. They are phenomenal. So I was also talking to them whenever we were hanging out before their set that I had started a YouTube channel to do more of music reviews. And one of the guys had actually mentioned that I should review their album that had come out. And so that's how we get into this story, which is kind of surprising because I'm about a month overdue. So I have to apologize to the guys for it being so long. So yeah, let me not waste any time. And I have to mention that Heft are from my state, which is why I'm repping them. They're from Granite Falls. I'm from another part of North Carolina. So yeah, let me not waste any time. And the first thing I have to say is I can't really classify what kind of sound these guys are going for. I think it's kind of a mix between you have more nu metal based instrumentation and then you have more of a metalcore kind of leaning vocal styling. So you basically mix that together, nu metalcore, you get Heft in a nutshell. Because that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. And I have to give out one negative, but it's not a terrible negative. It's not going to bring anything down because I still like this track. The intro is only like 39 seconds, so less than a minute. But it's a great build up to the track 2187, which is brutal. I also have to say that this album feels really in your face. And the one track that definitely makes you feel that way is with the track Dogs In, with that opening drum fill. And then you have Mason singing. And when he starts screaming, you know it's gonna get wild. This was the first song that I immediately got hooked with these guys whenever I was listening to this album. I think that's the one that I really come back to the most. Not saying that all the tracks are bad, because they're not. There is not one weak link in this album. And I think it actually gets better with the final two tracks on this record, which is The Wait and Sacred Swine. And The Wait, in my opinion, feels more industrial sounding, maybe? Because the only things you really get with the track is Mason's clean singing and Jonathan's bass work. And I have to say that Jonathan does really great bass on the final two tracks, and I think that's the highlights that shine for him. The Wait and Sacred Swine, which is the final track on this and the longest track on the album. Mikey, I think, does a phenomenal job with the guitar riffs, making the guitars sound very heavy, sound very hardcore. It definitely brings back a feel of nu metal a little bit. Not like kind of dark nu metal, but I also have to say that the track Blood Rot kind of gives me more of a kind of death metal leaning track, and I actually like the instrumentation on that track too. So, and Mason I have to give him a phenomenal job on the clean singing that he does on tracks like Baby Steps, The Pressure, but I think his standout moment is definitely The Weight. So overall, I think this is a great album if you're into really something that's going to be in your face, hardcore, insane, brutal, or just heavy metal in general. For me, I think this is probably going to be on my top 10 best albums of the year list. If not, then definitely a contender, but for now, I think it's definitely going to stand in that category. For me, 10 out of 10. There's not one weak link in this album, and all the tracks are pretty phenomenal. So yeah, thank you all for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click over here. I was talking about my buddy Austin, so I'm going to give him his YouTube channel right over here. If you would like to see more of his stuff, he actually just reviewed the new When's a Plague album. So, and then if you want to watch any other video of mine or just something that I recently uploaded, you can click over here to watch that. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and hope to see you soon. Hope you enjoyed.